Your Amazon cart right now. Just curious.
How many things are in my Amazon cart?
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
That's like consistently what I always have in mind. But then in my save for later, how many are in your save for later?
I don't know, 14?
Yeah, like 32.
Alright. Maybe move like a little. I need it a little closer.
I'm just move the whole table.
No, because then it's fucking yours up.
Oh yeah, that's true. You like tilt like that, tilt a little bit. Can't really even see it in the shot.
Well, I don't think I have. No, you can actually hear me pretty well.
Yeah? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Like even from this far away?
Yeah, just tilt it more towards your mouth. Like that. Yep. Yeah.
Do I need to unscrew it to do it?
No, but you can screw it to make it tighter.
Okay, but is it good if I move
Like
right
this,
here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Then I'm good.
All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let me put this down on the ground.
Is it in?
Oh, man, I feel like restricted.
Because of this. Because last time we were holding it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I gotta watch everything I do.
Oh, shit.
What?
Can you put it over here and come in from this way?
No, because then I'm like not facing the.
Ah.
Is what it is for now.
How do they do it? Can you put it on this side?
No, we're fine. How do they do it for what?
The Kaur podcast.
I don't know. I don't think they have the host of the podcast also is the sound
equipment guy,
sound engineer.
Yeah. The sound engineer
and producer.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
I think this is good.
Okay.
What's up, guys? I looked at the computer. What's up? Welcome back to The Good, the Bad, the Murdered. I'm Jesse.
Hey, guys.
Who are you?
Lee. My name's Lee.
I guess we're introducing. Doing introductions. What's going on? How you doing?
I am doing good. I got like nothing real new going on. Actually,
nothing?
Well,
Halloween's coming up.
Halloween is coming up. What's everybody doing for Halloween?
Actually, we got a new sound mixer in Sweetwater as our sponsor. They don't know, but they gave us candy and I was excited about it. I ate pretty much all of it. But
there was 4 bags and Justin didn't tell me until he was done and onto the 4th bag and was like, oh yeah, there's some candy over here.
No, I only ate 3 pieces from the 4 bags.
No, you ate all of
no,
the
there was
Tootsie
5.
Rolls.
Yeah, there was 5
That's
pieces.
the only good thing that was in there.
Yeah, I left all the other shit.
Tootsie Rolls were in there.
Fireballs.
I did go through a fireball kick once where I like ate nothing but fireballs and jawbreakers for like a very long time. I was also on,
Yep. I was on a fireball kick, but it was the liquor.
Oh, that
and it was way
fireball.
Before it was like, I can't get comfortable with this damn thing. It was
we got new equipment and Jesse is not liking it right now.
No, I just
he
feel
like that he's restricted. Look at him.
Yeah, before it was
Focus.
It was popular, I got out in Colorado they had Fireball. It was like the new thing, and we used to drink it all the time. And I could never figure out why I was so hungover, and there's like so much sugar in it.
I never liked the alcohol like that. Like the Fireball. There was one before Aftershock. Remember that? It tastes like shit.
I have no clue what that is.
It's the same exact thing as Fireball.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon. It's called Aftershock.
I don't believe you.
How are you a bartender and don't know what Aftershock is?
Because I worked at nice bars. I didn't work at fucking heroin bars.
They were not that. They were hole-in-the-wall bars.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were biker bars.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't all that. I worked at nice bars,
Aftershock.
too.
What, do they have Natty Light on tap?
Did they?
Milwaukee's Beast.
I mean, they
Best.
definitely sold all of those there, but I don't think it was on
Let me
tap.
get a pint of Beast and shot of Aftershock. Let me get some Aftershock on the rocks.
Yeah, that's
The
probably
rough
exactly
day.
how it. Wait, I'll tell you my. This person will never listen to this podcast, so it's okay. One of the best nicknames of any person who ever came in, their nickname that they went by. Everybody called this person this name. Spitball.
Nice.
So gross if you think about it. Spitball.
Why was he Spitball? Was he?
He was like some biker dude. He was like rural, like he could have either been a biker or lived under a bridge. It was not
Like an outlaw biker?
Yeah, like definitely outlaw. When I first started working at that first bar, I told my dad where it was at, and he was like, "Wait, where are you working?"
Is Spitball there?
He was like, "That place." He was like, "That's like the worst bar ever to work at ever." He's
What
like,
bar was it?
He's like, "There's bullet holes in the ceiling." It's called the Office Tavern. It's in Ron's. It's in like Collegeville. It's just like a hole in the wall bar.
I think you told me about this place.
It's not that bad, but I mean, when I first started working there, my boss goes, "All right, well, just make sure if anybody comes in with colors, just like make sure that you like tell them to leave or take it off." And I was like, "Do you mean like Bloods and Crips?" I didn't know about bikers. I didn't know about biker colors. And they're like, no.
Oh wait,
Not Bloods and Crips.
you were in charge of telling bikers to take their shit off?
That's what
They don't
I
listen
said.
to anybody. Why would they listen to a little girl waitress?
I was like, that's not what I'm gonna do at all. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you want a shot?" Like, I'm not gonna tell bikers to not wear
Hey,
their
you
colors.
want some Aftershocks?
Free shots.
We got a whole pallet of Aftershock. Yo, I think from the last episode to now, they found Brian Laundrie's body.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think they found it last.
Partial.
Partial?
Partial remains.
What?
Yeah, so hopefully that MFer got eaten in half by an alligator or multiple. What happened is he probably committed suicide, and like the floodwaters pulled his body apart, or an alligator got him. I mean, a lot of people dump bodies in the Everglades or like in swamps like that, just kind of like in the Pine Barrens in Jersey. You just dump the bodies there because either nature's gonna take care of it or nobody's ever gonna find it.
I didn't realize it was partial, but I didn't realize that was the thing.
Yeah, I always have the news on in the background all day because I get bored at work. I need like something in the background. So they've said it like 9 million times.
Alligators, they said?
Well, they did not say that. They just keep saying partial remains.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going on, which I need to talk about because I swear to God, every day there's like a new thing, a new red flag that should have been caught, was the Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's crazy. Tell me about it again because just give me a little summary. Like,
all right, so from what I understood, there's a movie called Rust, and it's Alec Baldwin was the executive producer, and he was also in the movie. I don't know who else was in the movie. Helena Hutchins, is that it? Hutchins? Can you double check? Helena was the director of photography, who ended up losing her life, and the director was also injured. Joel Souza was also injured. But yo, so it's unbelievable how many people are coming out and saying like all these red flags. So first of all, what is it, Helena?
It's Helena Hutchins. You
Hutchins. Okay. So the armorer. So when I was on the Punisher, they have, if you're using real guns, they have someone.
Wait, time out. They use real guns a lot, or is that just like okay? So it's mostly real guns, but with just blanks.
Correct.
Okay.
Blanks or dummy rounds, and one of them, and maybe it's blanks and something. I thought it was dummy rounds. One of them fires and sounds the same, but nothing comes out, and the other one, nothing comes out, but it doesn't even make any noise. It's just like. So that it looks like you're firing, so they can later
add the noise in.
Not add the noise, but they might shoot it twice.
Yeah.
But like they're just doing a run to get other things, but they don't want it to look fake. But so anyway, so in my scene there was like 4 of us in the gang, and there was a gun handler, the armorer. Mm-hmm. He was actually one of the guys.
Oh.
So he would hand us. He would check all the guns, make sure they were clear. Now we weren't firing anything,
Okay.
so there was no. But they would say action. They would give us the guns, and he would hand it to us and show us that it was cleared. Then we would look at it, make sure it was cleared, and then we had the gun. Then they would say action.
Oh.
Then when they said cut, we would give the guns back, and they would give us like plastic rubber guns. I was actually the only one that still had my real gun. They asked me if I was comfortable, and I said sure. And on top of all of this, so I'm just explaining this. On top of us double checking every cut, I would slide it out. I was checking like randomly to the point where he noticed. He was like, oh, you know what you're doing? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, cool. He's like, we don't have a rubber shotgun because I had a shotgun. He was like, do you mind just holding that? And I was like, yeah. Because also we weren't loading anything, so it was super.
Yeah.
Only John Bernthal was loading things and had different stuff. Which now I'm like looking back, I'm like, he shot at me. I'm like,
right.
I didn't even think about it. I was just like,
got
whatever.
Shot in the face from that, didn't you?
Twice in the chest and once in the face.
Yeah.
They didn't show all of it in the thing, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't even think about it.
Did you feel anything when you got shot?
No. It was blanks.
So you could just feel the air.
I had a squib on me though.
I don't know what that is.
So it's like a little pack of blood.
Mm.
So when we timed it, and then someone else remotely popped the squid, it pops blood all out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it didn't work out the way they wanted it to, I don't think. But so anyway, so what I'm saying is there was a lot of safety. There's always safety concern with all that stuff, and apparently, a very like a prop master that handles a lot of things I just found out earlier today, had turned down. I'm sorry, it was yesterday. Turned down this movie because he saw a bunch of red flags, and he said they had too many people. The armor was doubling as the prop master, and it's just too much going on for like that set. Because if you think of it like this, like say you're the prop master and you have 100 props for the day, a hat, a holster, a belt, like a pin, like whatever. You have to have everything there. Then imagine also you're like accounting for everything, giving everyone the right shit, and then just handing guns off.
So every day you have to hand in your full outfit, like all of those things?
To the prop master.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so he said usually for these movies, there'll be a prop master, an assistant, and even someone else for something else. So and an assistant and an armor.
Wow.
So there's 3 of them.
And this guy was doing all of that.
This woman. I can't think of her first name. Something Reed. But so he saw the red flags. So he turned it down. Apparently the day of, there had been multiple people that had walked off set prior because they thought it was unsafe.
Really?
Apparently the gun was fired earlier in the week, blanks. Just fired without anyone didn't tell anyone.
Wait, who fired it?
I think the armorer did.
And she didn't tell anybody? So she shot real bullets but didn't tell anyone?
No. Shot blanks but just didn't tell anyone.
I don't understand that part of it. So
she's on the movie set, and people are like, okay, for the next shot, pow!
Oh, she didn't warn anybody she was
No, it's like she was fucking around and then just shot it.
Oh, so she accidentally shot the gun.
They said, I don't know if they know.
Oh my God.
Then it came, I just saw today that on another one that she was on, Nicolas Cage stormed off the set because it was the second time she had fired the gun without letting anyone know. Almost like she was checking it.
Oh,
but you don't fucking check it.
How is she still employed? That's crazy. And not only, now multiple lives are ruined. Multiple lives are ruined.
Then the other thing I heard was the assistant director was people are like, oh, we don't have enough time, or oh, we can't get, he's like, oh, we're gonna get it. Oh, we're gonna do it. So he would push forward with stuff.
When people are tired.
Big combination for what happened. Unfortunately. Too bad it just wasn't someone got shot in the leg and then now everyone's in a bunch of trouble, because they're not. All those people are in so much trouble.
So much trouble.
I would imagine even Alec Baldwin is not going to be working again. They're not going to be working again.
Not working because he does not want to work, or that
people aren't going to want to work with him. He's not going to get hired for things. He's not going to get paid the rate that he was getting paid. He not only was the executive producer, he was the one who fired the gun. and you're so like it's gonna be a whisper down the lane thing, like, oh, it was that person
it's so
was
high
good,
pride
but it's like
profile.
whoever has the gun. If you handed it to me, you check it, I check it. If we keep handing it off, everybody checks it. So he's gonna get in trouble for like manslaughter wise, and then he's gonna get sued for be the one firing. Then he's gonna get in a lot of trouble as the executive producer.
So this is my question that I don't know the answer to. Did he accidentally discharge? I mean, he didn't know the bullet was in there because he didn't check properly. But did he accidentally point the gun and discharge it at her, or was he practicing and he was like, "I'm gonna you're the person I'm supposed to kill." Boom, boom.
That hasn't
boom.
come out yet.
Oh.
But I would assume something along that line where it was an accident. I don't know if he just aimed it right at her.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like during a scene because you would never be aiming straight at the camera and firing. Very rarely do you do like a shot like that. But I don't know. And like I can't imagine he shot over there and it ricocheted into her and hurt someone else.
It sounded like it was like dead on.
Yeah.
Like from the way that they're presenting it.
I don't know where she got shot even.
Yeah,
but it's a crazy story. There's like so many things. There's so many layers to it. The assistant director is going to be in trouble. The armor's going to. People aren't going to work again.
That's so crazy.
And people had walked off a couple hours right before that because they knew something was. They said there was some red flags. So and apparently, I forgot about this. So on a lower budget, the cinematographer will be the one with the camera lining up the shots, just like if you're going to director of photography lining up the photo. On a bigger budget, there's a camera operator. The camera operator walked off set.
Oh, whoa.
So she was behind the camera then.
So she would have been behind the camera when that happened?
So the cinematographer, Helena, she would have not been behind the camera.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if he was like, I don't know what happened if Alec Baldwin like walked over to like, hey, look at the gun, like it was trying to find her. Or if it was something where it was close to the, maybe it was he was shooting at someone here and the camera was like over the shoulder.
Oh.
And I don't know.
Oh God! No matter what, the whole situation just sounds like negligence in so many like different parts. It's just so sad. Like
I know it's too bad someone lost their life.
Yeah, it's crazy that something like that could happen now.
I wish we could just make fun of him.
I know.
For being an idiot, but you really can't.
Well, it's like watching this. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's so many videos online. There's one that I'm remembering right now. It's a gun instructor. He's at like. You go to the firing range.
And he shoots up?
Yes.
And then he's kind of like on his toes and they're like, did you mean to do that? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and he just straight up lies. You can tell he did not, yeah. Yeah, and like, it just, own up to that shit. Put the gun down and like, know your limitations and just, I don't know. That's so insane though, that could happen on a big budget film like that.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, any other updates?
No.
Okay. I feel like there's shout outs, but I forgot to look them up. I just thought about it as we were talking. I'll do it later.
Of like?
Just somebody, I can look really quick. Somebody on Instagram that suggested a case to us, which I did not pull up yet because I was already working on this one, but I think I'm going to do it.
Who are we talking to on Instagram Live?
Oh, yeah. We got to do that too. We were talking to these awesome people on Instagram Live. All right, hold on. So the first person that we need to give a shout out to, Chris Codwell. He suggested a case. I've not really. Coldwell, that's it.
Oh, I know him.
Yes, so Chris suggested an episode. So I'm going to look it up and I think we'll do that one. Thanks, Chris. You're the best. And then Crime Talk Radio.
Crime Junkie.
No.
Hey guys, love what you're doing.
I love what you're doing. No, this is Crime Talk Radio Podcast. Those guys are the ones who were live with us. When we went live, they were
What's up, Crime Talk?
Another awesome case.
Right.
We need to do that one. So it's Danny and Justin from Crime Talk.
What's up, Crime Talk, Danny, Justin, thanks guys.
Yeah, give them a listen, guys. But yeah, their case sounded crazy. It was like a cannibal. It's about cannibalism or something. So we'll do that one too.
I like that.
those are all the shots that I can think of. So, are you ready for the case?
What's my 2 questions?
Actually, I only have one this time.
Okay.
I only have one question. So,
Have you ever... Okay, go ahead.
It's not... This one's super easy. Do you know what a gigolo is?
A gigolo?
Gigolo.
Like a male gigolo?
Yes.
But is it gigolo either or?
No, it's one.
It's just male?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a male gigolo. Dennis Reynolds from from Always Sunny.
From Always Sunny.
It's a male prostitute.
Yes.
Also, what is Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo?
Yup. Mm-hmm. So it's a male prostitute. That's exactly what it is. And it's weird too because, well, I'll get into that later on. So, gigolo. So, knowing just that information, do you know what case this is? It's very recent. I had never heard about it, so I can't.
Is it around here?
No, it happened in Vegas. It really wasn't on the news. It was during the pandemic, so everything overshadowed it.
A male prostitute?
Yeah, it's this gigolo. Oh, I have another question. Have you ever heard of the show Gigolos on Showtime?
No.
Neither had I. But there's a whole show apparently, and it's called Gigolos, and it's about male gigolos in Las Vegas. And it follows these guys around. It's not on anymore. I think it was 2011, 2016. But because it's on Showtime, it's like very like softcore porn. They'll like have these guys like get dates with these, or these women pay for dates, and they pretty much show everything up until like the final act. Yeah, up until like penetration, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Are the women hot? Probably not.
No, no, they're just women with money. At first, when I read this, I was like,
I don't know how it would get hard.
These guys are.
What are they on?
I mean, they're making money though, so.
That doesn't mean they.
I mean, guys can bang a hole in the wall.
I couldn't. I'm sure there's.
If you were getting paid $25,000,
well, it has nothing to do with like money.
$800, I think, for one time. It was.
I would be grossed out, and then I would be like, "Get out, get off me."
Get off me. What if like this real bougie like woman came and she was like, "I'll give you $50,000."
Is she hot?
No, she's like a. I don't know.
I'm saying it's not a conscious choice. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not like deciding.
Well, you could take like some male enhancement stuff to like.
That's what I'm
keep
saying.
It up during the act.
Just snort some coke and.
No, coke wouldn't coke make it.
Not always, but sometimes. But I would just snort it anyway.
just for the element. Take some. Wait, what's the?
I'm all fucked up.
What's the little?
Come on, baby. What?
What's the erectile thing?
Erectile dysfunction?
No, the opposite of that. What do you take to like stay hard the whole time? The guys who can't get it up.
Like boner stuff?
Yeah. Boner stuff. You'd have to take boner stuff.
I can't think of what it's called now.
I can't either.
Extends?
Extends is what they sell at the gas station.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like rhino DNA or something.
Rhino DNA. That's Jurassic Park, dude. Extends is from Jurassic Park?
That's how they make the dinosaurs.
With extends. It didn't really work, so then they became male enhancement pills. Rhino DNA. That's all
That's all you're gonna say for this whole episode.
That part's the best. That's because all the dinosaurs here at Jurassic Park are female. I know, but how do you know? Did you lift up their skirts?
Alright,
let's just do a Jurassic Park.
We already did a full Jurassic Park.
Oh, we did do Jurassic Park.
We did full Jurassic Park. We did
Clever
the whole thing.
I forgot we already did Jurassic Park.
We did the whole
Yeah, and I had the trombone.
Yes. We spent so much time with that trombone. And then we put it on Instagram, but there was
people
no
are like, what? Yeah, I forgot.
Well, if you guys haven't
Wait,
listened
what
to
is
that
the
episode,
the main boner stuff?
I don't know. That's why I asked you. Google it. All right, while you're Googling the boner stuff. So, Gigolos, it's an American reality TV show series about the lives of 5 male escorts in Las Vegas.
Wait a second. Is one of them from the TV show?
This case is about one of them.
That was in the TV show?
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like I did hear something now that I'm thinking about it.
It's very recent. It like happened pandemic times, like 2020.
Did he kill a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. You just ruined the whole thing. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, he did.
Wait, yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the series follows these men. They're all employees of the same male escort agency. It follows them through their daily lives and interactions with each other. The cameras are going to follow them like on their appointments with women, including all of their sexual activities. And I already talked about this. It's Showtime, so it's softcore porn. So it ran for about 5 years, 2011 through 2016. So the guy we're talking about is Akshaya. He took the name of Ash while he was on the show.
I like it.
Yeah, so if you Google him, he's like...
Is he hot?
Yeah, I mean, he's this like huge bodybuilder type dude.
Mm.
He looks like The Rock and Jason Momoa. Like that type
That's like
of look.
super big.
He's humongous, like too big. Like he definitely on lots of steroids, tons of steroids.
Steroids, coke, and extends.
Extend. We're getting closer. It's a little blue pill called...
I feel like it's called something with an... Why can't we think of it?
I don't know. I think Pfizer makes it. I know the manufacturer. Well, whatever. Keep thinking about it.
Yeah, because the joke... The joke is to put them in someone's something and they don't know, and then they have a boner for 4 hours. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Do you and your friends do that?
No.
But we'll think of it. It's going to pop into one of our heads.
No, we don't.
Well, Akshaya...
We've never done that.
He joined the cast season 2. So, this guy who runs it, his name's Garen James. He's the owner of Cowboys for Angels Escort Service. Like, how do you even get that name? Cowboys
I'm remembering this.
Okay.
I actually knew you were going to say season 2 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you know it. It's in your subconscious.
It's back there with extends.
Yeah, with extends. Alright, so Gigolos, the TV show, it does have like a reputation. It's kind of like a strange one. There was controversy around the show and like skepticism that like, was there an actual demand for male escorts? Like how many women were like seeking out men and paying them for sex and dates? There's a big demand for like women prostitutes, big demand for like gay prostitutes, but like not a huge demand for male prostitutes.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of ugly women that probably can't get laid.
Which is true. Which is probably true. But I mean, I feel like
but women,
guys
I feel
like
like
to bang so much. Like you could just go find a dude, and especially if you have money. Well, I guess you're paying for it. So yeah, I guess that's.
Well, you could just go find a guy. Not if you're gross. What if you're older and gross?
But if you had money, if you have enough money, well, yeah, I guess then that is what a prostitute is.
That's a gigolo.
That is a gigolo.
Even if you just made someone a gigolo for a night without even telling them.
But if you're like super, like, all right, like let's say you're desperate for money.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a prostitute again. I keep going back to it.
Yeah, why do you keep going back to money?
I don't know why I keep going back to money. I was trying to figure out if it's an ugly woman and she goes to the bar.
I'm desperate for what? Food?
Sex. Like, let's say, like, there's an ugly dude at the bar and an ugly woman at the bar. They'll probably bang if they're drunk.
Well, it's just a one-night stand. What are you talking about now? Would you get drunk and bang an ugly person?
Alright, I'm done with this.
Even if you're good-looking, that's just a one-night stand.
It's just a one-night stand.
I'm saying, alright, say like a 25-year-old dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say he's a middle of the road.
Okay.
Looking wise. He's sober. And he's at a Denny's. And he's like, 2 eggs, over easy. And in walks an older woman that's gross. And she walked over and said, "Hey, I just ordered the exact same breakfast. Do you want to bang?"
You don't think you'd bang her?
He might, but I would be like, no, get the fuck away from me. I'm trying to eat these eggs.
Trying to eat these eggs.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, there's a demand. There's a demand for.
Like if she's trying to get laid.
Yeah, she's trying to get laid.
She's even at a Denny's. Like she's really trying.
Yeah, she walked up to a random table with a dude just sitting there.
I heard you ordered eggs. Why don't we make these eggs to go?
Oh, Lord. All right, so I think we established male prostitution is a real thing. There's a demand.
Yeah.
Okay.
High demand.
High demand. So, also on this TV show, there was, like, a disclaimer that would pop up at the end because, like, you can't show, like, prostitution on TV. So, like, at first they were like, how do you get around this? But in the show, a disclaimer popped up that said there was actually no exchange for money during the show.
Liars.
So, they would, like, you would think, I feel like even the women who banged these dudes, they also were getting paid by the studio. So, who knows? But there was no exchange of money. So there was no crimes that took place. So, however, like this Cowboy for Angels, they're like still around. Like I Googled them, like they're still up. They have a Facebook page, they post every single day. It's just like, dude, it's like, hey, Chad's in Las Vegas, come bang him. Like, Jonathan is in New York. If you need a date, give him a call. So.
After the episode, Lee's like, so I'm going to Vegas.
It was actually New York City, and it's Jonathan. I have the date set up. It's gonna be awesome.
New York, New York.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first person I'm gonna introduce is Herleen Kaur.
What are these fucking names?
Well, Herleen's Indian, half something else.
Sorry.
And
I just thought it was another white guy with a weird name.
No, Akshaya is half Japanese, half American, and possibly Indian as well.
I apologize.
Yeah. They're cool names, though. Herleen.
No,
Akshaya, I had to phonetically spell them out because you know me, I'm so horrible at remembering names to begin with, and then pronouncing names.
Now I just came off as, I don't like Indian people.
Unbelievable. You're going to get, wait, what's it called? Not Me Too'd.
302'd?
No, not 302'd.
Canceled?
Cancel quest culture. You're done.
Why can't we think of words?
I don't know. Our brains aren't working. We still can't think of the boner pill.
I feel like it starts with an A.
Whatever. Okay, so Herleen, she's 29 years old. She actually went to Temple University. She graduated from Temple.
Who?
Herleen, the main girl I'm talking about. She's shiny black hair, large brown eyes, and a sparkling smile. She's really, really pretty. She's like a gorgeous Indian girl. Her friends described her as gorgeous, and she did model occasionally. However, she was known for being really shy and reserved. She moved to Las Vegas in 2017 to pursue a postgraduate degree in biological sciences. Herleen's family had migrated from India before Herleen was born. She was the youngest of three. Her family said she was always super happy, but she was like shy and had all these like underlying insecurities, but everybody loved her. Once she moved to Vegas, she did something to like really help build her confidence. She joined ACE Fitness.
ACDC?
Yes, ACDC.
ACEC? What?
It's ACE. She joined ACDC to get her rock on, and then she joined ACE Fitness. ACE.
Oh, Ace.
Yeah. Is it ACE or is it called ACE Fitness?
I think it's just Ace, isn't it?
I don't know. We don't have them around here. We have LA and Planet and Retro and Lifetime. I've never heard of ACE.
Have you heard of ACA?
I've not heard of either of them.
I don't know.
Golds, that's another one. Anyway, so she joins ACE. This gym bills itself as like a life-changing facility that promotes unity and self-development through fitness and provides itself a close-knit community. So Herleen joins. She had like a really rough time at first because like her nerves really got to her.
Yo, pop that down a little.
Pop it down,
I
like.
think. Yeah. And now pop your thing up. Yeah, you go.
Okay. Is that now? It's blocking my laptop.
Oh, okay. Well, it's blocking your face.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's better. Is it blocking my face
Here,
too?
maybe. Yeah. No, you're good.
There we go. Okay. So. Okay, she had a really tough. It's like she had a really tough time at first because she had like this self confidence, like nervous, like antisocial thing going on for a while. And at the time, she was like a little. She wasn't overweight. She just wasn't like super in shape. I myself, when I'm like that, call myself fat skinny. Skinny fat. Skinny fat. You're skinny,
Fat skin.
but you're fat. You're not in shape. So that's what she was. So
Yeah, but skinny fat is an actual. It's not just not in shape, like like a couple pounds overweight. Skinny fat's like skinny and then like a fat belly.
I always thought skinny fat was like you're skinny, but you're definitely not in shape. There's no muscle definition to you at all. Like you're like when you touch the person, they're like soft, like the doughboy.
Yeah, but it's usually like you look a little fat. You're just not a fat. You look like you're not in shape.
That's
like,
called a pot belly.
Yeah, that's skinny fat.
Okay, I think you're right. So it all falls into that.
Like, what are you saying? If you had 7 more pounds on you, you'd be skinny fat?
Yeah.
No. You gotta look a little You gotta look a little chunky.
A little chunky. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Come to me in the middle of the winter. That's when I put on my hibernation
No,
pounds.
that one picture I saw of you 20 years ago, that was skinny fat.
My brother-in-law calls that my Nutella phase. I was like,
yes, that sums it up.
40 pounds more, and I was drinking heavily at the time.
Yes, that's skinny fat.
I did not look good.
I'm 175 pounds right now. At one point, I was 220. That's skinny fat.
That is skinny fat.
Well, I'm right when I quit drinking.
We should
I
do our
gained
bad
20.
pictures next to our good pictures and post them on Instagram.
But I was steadily 200 to 210.
One of my friends
Which
just
sounds
sent
ridiculous to me now.
a horrible picture of myself. You want to see it?
Yeah, of course. And then I'll go like this and show the viewers.
I thought I was so hot.
By the way, we're not body shaming over here. We're just talking.
Good disclaimer. All right, I'm going to keep reading and also try to look for this at the same exact time.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. It's right here. Ew. Oh, God. And look at my hair. Jesse's might not even know which one it is at first.
The one on the left.
Is it so bad?
This is gross.
Describe how horrible I look.
Lee says, I'm hot shit. Sam says, oh my God, I can't believe I get to be in a picture with her.
Clearly, I didn't post any of that. My hair is not just bleached blonde, it's like white. And like not a nice white, more like yellow. And I'm probably...
You look like a cracky.
40 pounds.
I was
in a recovery house at that time. I was sober then.
I was going to say, you look older here than you do there.
Right?
Right there.
Right there. Yes.
You were sober at this point?
Yeah, I was sober in that photo.
But how long ago was it?
That was like 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, but how long were you sober for?
Not that long.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. No good. No bueno. All right, let's go back to our story at hand.
Okay.
Our beautiful girl.
So Alec bought... Just like forget where we're at.
We start talking about...
So Chase Masner,
Chase Masner.
his friend did do it. And he is buried in the back.
Under the patio, Nancy Grace told us. Okay, Ace Fitness. She was a little nervous, but
Just
so
keep eating candy.
there's this guy named Nick, and Nick became like her really good friend and personal trainer at the gym, and he helped her lose 40 pounds in 30 days. Is that even possible?
That's unhealthy.
It's not healthy. But let's just say she lost 40 pounds in a couple months to make it healthier. Because that sounded crazy.
Why, we don't want her to be unhealthy?
I mean, 40 pounds in 30 days, like, you have to be, like, starving yourself or just drinking, like, juice. Like, doing a juice cleanse and working out so much. I can't fathom it.
She might have had a lot of fat on her.
She wasn't that fat. I saw the before picture. She was just skinny fat.
Yeah, that's not good, though.
No. So, anyway, 40 pounds, 30 days. But she loved it. They ended up hiring her.
So not healthy. but she loved it.
She ended up becoming a becoming a personal trainer at the gym. She I would have loved it too. What girl does not? So
She absolutely loved it. She
It's
felt
called the
sick.
good.
She was throwing up. She was barely eating. She was snorting all kinds of things. She loved it.
Loved it. So they hired her as a personal trainer. She became a staple at the gym. She developed a youth program, and she really like seemed to like find her niche, and she was really taking off. And it really like helped with her confidence. It put it like through the roof, and she was happy with herself and her appearance. She did have like a few things going on. This guy that she became friends with at the gym, he said that she like there was some weird thing around like she said that she was sick. She said that she had like a like cancer or a brain tumor. But it was like I don't know. It's like skepticized, I guess the word is. That like she didn't really have it. There was like a weird thing going on around it, and I couldn't really pinpoint it down because there's not a ton of information on it, and I don't even know if it's relevant. They bring it back up later. That's the only reason I brought it up. But she was sick somehow or another. She was sick.
Okay.
But I think that her family did not know about this cancer diagnosis, and she only talked about it to people in Las Vegas. So none of her friends or family at home knew about it. So it was a kind of like an interesting thing, but it will come back. But she did complain a lot about headaches and not feeling well. So she stayed active in the gym until 2020, so a year ago. She started to all of a sudden she fell out of.
She loved it.
She started to fall out of love with going to the gym.
Wait.
And being a personal trainer.
Ah.
So she was doing it for a long time, and then she got either bored with it, sick of it, something happened. She didn't like the lifestyle. And she said that she was depressed and no longer wanted to be active there. So around this time is when Herleen met Akshaya. I am going to start referring to him as Ash. That's what he went by on the show. So when I say Ash, it's Akshaya.
I got you.
So Ash slid. I love how this little article I said he slid like right into her DMs when they met.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ash boy.
Yeah. So there's some like mixed stories on like who messaged who first, but their relationship started out slow and the intensity picked up like really quickly. It is rumored that Ash liked to seek out like new models and kind of like prey on them. So.
Cool.
I'm gonna get to him in a minute, but like at this time he's like a D-list washed up celebrity dude.
If you're not watching and just listening, when I said cool, I was saying it sarcastically.
Thanks for letting us know that, Jesse. So Ash, he's like a super imposing figure. He's 38 years old. He's a Fabio-esque hunk, as they described him. He looked like he just like walked off the cover of like a romance novel. He has like super long hair down to his waist. I'll
look him up.
Okay. He has an 8-pack. He's sculpted physique.
8-pack.
8-pack. He's like completely steroids. Like you'll look him up and you'll be like, oh okay, I get it.
What's his name? Oshenko?
Oshenko. It's Akshaya, which is spelled Akshyaya.
Akshaya Kumar.
Yes.
Oh, his last name's Kumar. Did you say that?
Okay, I said, hold on.
It's all good. Just keep going.
No, it's Kubiak.
Oh, oops. I'm looking at another thing.
So it should be Kubiak. All right, so where are we at? So, Okay. Ash was so attractive that women paid him $800 an hour to spend 2 hours with him. Or I'm sorry, $800 to spend 2 hours with him, $3,000 for an overnight, and $2,500 for a week. And for the last 8 years prior to meeting Herleen, Ash had been working as a gigolo, starting when he was living in Miami and with his then partner and their son, and continuing over the years, including like the short stint in the Gigolos. So I'm going to get into that in a minute.
The short stint in the Gigolos. Sounds like.
I know.
Wait, what's her? How do you spell her name?
Heerlen, I think. Herleen. So I'm going to talk about Akshaya, Ash, as you're going into this. So his parents were like super hippie and bohemian. They were from, his mom was from Maine, his dad was from Japan. Him and his siblings were brought up in a very like spiritual tradition focusing on Tantra, which I thought Tantra was like a practice, like a sexual based spiritual meditation practice. So I don't really know, and I didn't really look it up. So somebody tell me what Tantra is.
Tantra?
Yeah, what is Tantra?
I only know it from American Pie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like a, like sexual based meditation thing. Anyway, so he was into that. Both his Asian Indian mother and oh no, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. His mom is from Japan, not his dad. I mixed it up. So his Asian Indian mother and his Polish American father were teachers. They exposed Ash to the international crowd of scientists, poets, and intellectuals, artists, and academics. Blah 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 blah. Ash did not grow up with hopes of being a gigolo. That wasn't like his like lifelong goal.
Oh my God, she's so pretty.
Isn't she gorgeous? She's gorgeous. Ash worked as a male model, getting his GED. He also got his license in massage therapy. He learned ancient Chinese discipline of Qigong, I believe it's called.
Yeah, Qigong.
Qigong. I was like, yes, I said it right.
Yeah, Qigong.
Yeah. And he studied Zen and Satiso. I did not look up how to say that. But mostly he was a massage therapist. Then he worked in Costa Rica when he lived in Costa Rica and Miami.
I used to do Satiso a couple, like, it was right when I got sober.
So did I pronounce that right? That is right?
Yeah.
Nice. What is it? Oh my God, I hate you. I wasn't even looking at you.
I have no clue what the hell that is.
Jesse is one of the best
I used to do
liars
when I got sober.
Storytellers, because you're an actor. So he always does this to all of our friends, and he'll go on for like a super long story, and like he's committed, like 100% committed, and then like days later he'll be like, yeah, I just made that up. That was a lie. Like what? So you never know what to believe, ever. So back to Ash. So during this time, he was involved in the psychedelic trance community. There was like a couple hundred people in there, and they were gathering to like drop mushrooms, and they listened to electronic music.
Kind of like that.
This is when he was younger, before he moved to Las Vegas. Like, there's a lot of pictures online on MySpace of him. Like, he would go to all like what's the one in the desert that everybody goes to, that music festival?
Burning Man.
Yes, he would go to all those, and he would just take tons of shrooms and MDMA and whatever. It was they called it the underground of the underground. And they had like these trance parties in New York and in New Jersey, all over the place. Yeah, they would have them in the Pine Barrens. The Pine Barrens, I don't know why it went into this. I'm just going to skip that. So, this like scene, I think, is where he was first introduced to Garen James. And Garen James is the guy who owns Cowboys for Angels. So he saw Garen, and he immediately was like, all right, this guy's like really attractive. He has a great personality. Like, he'll be really good for, as a male sex worker, pretty much. So he slowly got, I don't think it was right away, but I think it was here, actually you can read it right here. It was 2012 at that point. Yeah, that's what he looks like. Hold it up to the camera so people who can see
Look
can
at his
see.
Bird hanging out there.
Well, he's a male sex worker. His bird's always hanging out. If you look at more of the pictures, like, they're very sexual.
Yeah, he's got a V. I've never seen anything like this.
He's on lots of steroids.
This is ridiculous. It's too much.
It is too much.
I don't like my guys to look this beefy.
He's super beefy. He probably pops his shirt everywhere he goes.
Probably pops off for him.
Yes. He just flexes a little bit, boom, shirt on. Alright, so at this point, it's 2012. Ash is in Miami. He started his own massage business, Akshaya Touch. And his slogan was looking forward to joining you on your healing journey. He advertised like massage techniques, deep tissue massages, all this stuff. Also, a lot of the terminology that he used on his website, it said he claimed to do in-call and out-call. They're code words for sex work.
Ooh.
So I think it was like confirmed that he was doing sex work in Miami.
Yeah.
So eventually, James Guerin reached out to Ash, and they struck up a deal for him to move to Vegas and start working for Cowboys for Angels. Cowboys for Angels is not Gigolos, but the Guerin James sold his idea to Showtime, and Showtime followed 5 of his Cowboys for Angels guys around, and that's what Gigolos is. So Ash was not on the first season. He was just out there working with Cowboys for Angels. Ash successfully worked as a male prostitute for 6 months before Guerin asked him to be on the TV show. Now, Ash did not really do good at all in his audition. He pretty much like botched it. But Guerin liked
Botched it?
Botched it? Is that what they call it?
Bombed.
Bombed it? Oh. Botched is bad plastic surgery.
Correct.
Yes. He bombed it.
He bombed it.
He bombed that shit. So, but Guerin liked him so much, and like he brought in so much money that he was like, you know what, screw it. Like he made the producers hire this guy.
Really?
Yeah. So he was portrayed on the show as a spiritual healer, which was accurate in his daily life as well. But his friend said that like once Ash joined the show, it really like changed him. His insecurities like came out because all of the other guys on the show are like super muscular and tan and like pretty boys. So pretty quickly Ash started taking steroids. And if you look hard at those pictures, if you look at the old ones, he's like a normal looking guy. Like he might have had
big though.
Look at put his name in and then do MySpace photos. So like when he's young, he is still in shape. He's still like pretty muscular, but he was not like here, hold on. This line will describe it. He started doing steroids and he became massive. It was almost too much. He went from being like a Jason Sudeikis type body build to a Jason Momoa type body build.
Jason Sudeikis.
I know he's a comedian, right? So they're just like saying skinny fat to huge and muscular. Also, his drug use grew as well. So he started doing a lot more marijuana, cocaine, MDMA. I mean, he was already doing a lot of that stuff anyway. He was taking like psilocybin and mushrooms all the time.
Marijuana?
Marijuana. Ash started to focus more on meditation and healing, but like his partying really like ramped up because he was living in Vegas. And he was hanging out with bottle birds a lot, which are hot Instagram models. I had never heard that term before.
Bottle birds?
Bottle birds. Never heard that before.
No.
Describe some of these pictures so I can take this drink of water.
I can't find any.
Is the internet not working down here?
No, it is. I just can't find, like, all I'm seeing is the ones of them super jacked.
I'll show you later on. There's definitely some on there. Okay, so we're going to fast forward a little bit. So, 2 years have gone by. Actually, it might have been longer than that. Ash is no longer on TV anymore. He is still... Oh, no. Gigolos is over. After Gigolos ended, he was still working for Cowboys with Angels, but he ended up getting fired because he was spending so much time partying and like with girls and stuff that like he wasn't like representing the brand name the way that they like wanted him to, so they booted him. He was still trying to do sex work, but it was a little bit more difficult because he didn't have Guerin setting up these big jobs for him and big clients. He had also spent like all of his money from Gigolos. He had like barely anything left, and he was living with his son, and he was pretty broke. So like he at this time was a little washed up, let's call it that. He tried to create an erotic website with an ex-co-star. The co-star's name, all it said on here was Bradley. I didn't really feel like looking it up, so it was if you watch Gigolos, it's Bradley. And this guy Ash, and they tried to start up an erotic website, and it didn't take off. So That's like what he was trying to do at this time. There was. Do you ever watch Vice, the TV channel?
Yeah.
So Vice has some good shows on it, and I remember them like promoting this for a while. It was a show called Slut Ever. It was in 2018. It was just about like the sex industry.
Okay.
He was on one of like the episodes about that. So he still like would do stuff in the entertainment world, but he wasn't as big as he was at one point. So we will call him a D-list celebrity. And he was trying to figure out his next move. And that's when he met Herleen. So like I said before, he slid into her DMs. Or she slid into his DMs. It's not really clear. Because some of it was saying that she may have reached out to him for like sex work. But like all of her friends were like, yo, she did not have to hire a gigolo. Like that's not what she was looking for at all. But later on, there was like receipts and stuff that was found in her apartment that was like rent, X amount of money. Ash, X amount of money. So who knows?
Oh, maybe she did.
So possibly. So Herleen really liked Ash because he was super creative. Like I was saying before, at the height of his fame, he was getting tons of money for sex work. There wasn't like a ton of information about their time together. Herleen never told her family about Ash. There was one interaction with one of her friends. Her friends didn't even know about him either. She had to go pick something up from a friend's house, and her friend looked out the window and was like, who is this like super built jack dude out in the car? And that was like the only interaction that they had seen. Now on the other hand, Ash did tell people about Herleen. So let me back up here. Give me a second. Their friends thought they met over Instagram. Ash was still into meditation and healing. And Herleen was actually looking to be healed because that like head stuff that was going on. She was bored at work. Ash had a girlfriend at the time. Her name was Lisa. And Lisa knew about Herleen because at first Ash told her that they were meeting and he was going to help her do like spiritual healing. But then Ash ended up breaking up with Lisa, and he said that he fell deeply in love with Herleen. So there was like a little bit of like something going on there right in the beginning. So Ash leaves Lisa. He's hanging out with Herleen a lot. He also was at this time, this is what Lisa said, his ex, he was taking way more steroids than normal, like a shit ton of them, because he was trying to get into like another TV show, another pilot. So he wanted to look jacked up. So,
well, yeah. Also, if you don't maintain it, it drops.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like he was trying to. He's probably just trying to maintain what he had.
I have no idea how steroids work.
And then maybe add more to be a little bigger, but yeah, you do cycles. You can only do it for so long because your body will start getting fucked up.
Oh.
So you're putting stuff into you.
Uh-huh.
Usually it's like maybe like a 12-week cycle, 8 to 12 weeks, so 2 months, 3 months. You're taking stuff that's like doing something, but it could be like bad for your liver. So you only can do so much of it. Then when you stop, you have to take something for your liver. Then you have to take stuff for all the other stuff. Vitamin D, stuff for hair loss, stuff for your liver.
That sounds very complicated.
Stuff for your penis.
We still don't know what the penis pills are. What are the boner pills?
I don't know.
Viagra!
Viagra!
Yo, I can't believe it took us a whole episode to figure it out.
Got it. Viagra.
Viagra, you can sponsor us.
Today's episode is brought to you by Viagra. If you need boner stuff, Viagra has it.
Or, what was the other one?
Extends.
Extends.
But I don't really know what that is.
Yes. No, 7-Eleven has it. No. Sunoco's.
Probably all of them.
But they're little single packets, and they have a little rhino on it. Rhino DNA.
Why would one little packet help with anything?
One little Viagra helps.
One little bottle of spermicidal lube? Yeah, one little bottle of spermicidal lube. What do you think she's going to be happy that you have it? Oh, Evan, thank you for bringing this bottle of spermicidal lube. They're not all dried up and...
I I know, they're like 15.
These chicks are ready to go. I think he says something like that. Uh-oh. Something's going on.
Mm-mm.
I see it.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to keep talking. So, okay, so Herleen and Ash took a trip to Utah during their time together. And now, Herleen did tell this to her sister. She was really close with one of her sisters. They would talk every night via FaceTime, and she would talk to her niece and nephew and, like, put them to bed. So, her sister knew that she went to Utah and had this, like, life-changing experience that involved a spiritual breakthrough that made her remember something traumatic from her childhood.
Huh.
So now, it's going to be July 15th, 2020. Ash sees Lisa, that's his ex-girlfriend, and mentioned something about how Herleen is having like some super major dark energy around her. He doesn't elaborate, but like he's into that spiritual stuff. Like he's into like all of that. So it wasn't abnormal for him to talk about that kind of stuff, but like she distinctly remembers it, seeing as what happened next. So Herleen does FaceTime with her family that day. She seems super happy. She's joking with her sister. Her sister's pregnant at the time, so they were joking about baby names. Like, nothing was askew. Everything was fine. So now, it's July 16th, the next morning. So at 10 a.m., a 911 dispatcher gets a call. The caller says, "This is going to sound insane, because it is. We took mushrooms together, said our prayers together, put on Avatar together. I don't know if you've ever done mushrooms before, but I was no longer in this reality. I was in a translate different realities." It might have said a different word. Maybe my autocorrect fixed that.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Yes!
I was in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
That's exactly what happened. And then I saw the person next to me. There was a struggle. I temporarily lost my mind. So, like, those were his words. There was other stuff in between, but I just put his words. Now, Ash said at the time that he believed that Herleen had a heart attack. And that she had a history of cancer. Remember how in the beginning of the episode I was talking about that?
Yeah.
So the ambulance arrives. Actually, the first responder was a fire captain, and there was 3 first responders. The ambulance hadn't shown up yet. So they all race upstairs, and they get to the primary location, which is the bedroom, and they found Ash pressing down on Herleen's chest, giving her emergency breathing. And he's on the phone with 911. The 911 operator is telling him how to give rescue breathing and life-saving measures to Herleen. Go ahead.
Was he still fucked up at the time?
Yeah, they had taken mushrooms the night before. So
But he was still on mushrooms at the time?
So mushrooms typically last for 6 to 8 hours. Like the
8 hours? Jesus.
It's mostly
I must have been poor. I got the 4-hour stuff.
Well, I mean...
No, but so, like, was he, like, effed up?
They had taken... Like, let's say the latest they took it was midnight. He probably, by, like, 8 a.m. was maybe still... He was probably not... He wasn't hallucinating anymore. Was the effects of drugs still in his system? Probably. But he was not in a hallucinating
Well, the reason I'm asking is because was he trying to perform breathing on a person that was clearly didn't need emergency breathing?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I believe I know the cause of death.
Yeah, go ahead, say it if you want.
Wasn't she beat?
Yes, like severely.
Severely?
Yes.
So why was he giving her CPR?
I think it was like a cover-up. Or like he came to, didn't realize what he did.
Yeah. I thought he like beat her face up.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll read what they wrote in the report.
That's why I was asking if he was still on drugs. I'm like, did he just not know what was going on?
I think probably what happened, and I'll get into it in a minute, it almost sounds like something happened while he was tripping, and he came to realize what happened. There's a part in this, and I'll get into it, that it made it look like he tried to cover it up. Then he calls 911.
Gotcha. Imagine if that was the first time she tripped.
I think it was.
Like he was like, hey, come over, you want to trip? Because you know it's kind of a little like, can be a little scary sometimes anyway. Especially if you just had a bad trip or something. But you're just like, Imagine she could have been like so excited, and then he beats her to death.
Yeah, it's insane because it was her parents said that like, and her sister was like, she really wasn't into drugs, like, so she really didn't do drugs a lot.
Yeah.
She may have that week before where she had that spiritual experience. She may have done like MDMA or shrooms for the first time then, but like it wasn't a common thing for her to do these things.
Right, I gotcha.
So it was probably one of her first times doing it. So the first responders said that they immediately knew. Oh wait, hold on. I think I skipped something. Let me just double check. Oh yeah. So first responders show up. They raced up the stairs. They found him. Okay. They immediately knew that Herleen was deceased and did not have a heart. No. They immediately knew that she didn't have a heart attack.
Right.
They didn't know she was deceased yet. From first look, they were like, there's blood everywhere. She did not have a heart attack. They noted that Herleen had a black and blue swollen face. Blood had was surrounding her, and her hair was all matted. Her ear was bruised, and her body was covered in candle wax. There was an open suitcase that was on the floor at her feet. There was 2 candles that kind of like were like standing in the room, but they were like covered in bloody handprints. And near her body was a black shirt and a statue, also all covered in blood. And so one of the first responders, went to Ash and said, step away from the body so our team can take over rescue breathing. So, so the team goes to take over rescue breathing. In the meantime, the first guy who came in, the fire captain, he talks to Ash and said, when was the last time she was even awake or talking? He didn't answer. So the next question was, how did she get the black eye and facial injuries? Ash said, she attacked me and I attacked her. They told Ash to go downstairs. The first responders kept an eye on him because they didn't want him to flee. They
What
were
a
afraid
piece
he
of
was around.
shit.
Yeah. Ash at some time asked if she was still alive, and no one answered because they were trying to keep it light because they wanted him to stay there and not freak out.
Or freak out on them if he's a big guy.
He's a huge guy. He's a huge guy. So they were trying to keep it really lighthearted. At this point, Ash said, I did this. Are the police coming? The first responder said they normally come to a type of situation like this. Ash said, when the police get here, I will surrender. So, they said that he was being cooperative at that point. So, Herleen was never transported to the hospital. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
She was dead for a little while.
Yeah, definitely.
So. And also, if there's that much blood and whatever, as soon as the blood drops, they know if it's been an hour or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's matted in her hair, it's not.
This guy's.
They know it took you 3 hours to call the police.
Yeah, the guy's dumb. So she was pronounced dead at the scene. Homicide detectives were sent to the house. They found blood splattered inside the washing machine. There was bloody clothes inside of it. On the bathroom counter, there was blood stains that had been watered down in an attempt to wash them away, and there was blood-soaked towels lying around. There was an appearance of a cleanup in the best way possible. There was a knife that hung on the wall to the left of the bed. The detectives also found a pocket knife. Herleen's backpack was leaning against the couch. They found mushrooms in the refrigerator. When the police inspected Ash for injuries, all they found was a small cut on his middle finger on his left hand and blood in his ears, which they assumed it was there from him performing CPR. The full extent of Herleen's injuries, this is so god-awful. So the full extent of her injuries weren't known until the forensic medical pathologist released her autopsy. Her body was covered in contusions, head to toe. There was a report that said that she had black and blue marks on the bottom of her feet, everywhere.
Oh, man.
Yes. Her mouth was pulverized, is the way they put it.
Uh-oh.
Jesse was doing something and his little thing turned on. Instagram. Okay, so let's get back to this. So her mouth was pulverized. Her gums were, as they described it, shredded. her teeth were broken and fragments of them were found in her stomach. So, oh, and then her tongue, eye lobe, scalp, brain, esophagus, arms, legs, and nose had all had hemorrhaging. She'd aspirated some of her own blood into her lungs, and she had a fractured hyoid bone. That's the bone that breaks when you're being strangled.
Yeah.
And a broken rib. It was determined that the cause of death was blunt force trauma with strangulation as a contributing factor. They found MDMA, psilocybin, caffeine, and alcohol in her system. So, like, she was not just murdered, she was over-murdered.
Yeah.
Like, just like Jason Sweeney last week, like, over-murdered.
Yeah, for no reason.
The reason's so stupid. There's not even a reason. So clearly Ash was arrested. He pled not guilty or guilty by insanity or not guilty because of insanity. This douche.
I can't believe he said she attacked me, so I attacked her.
She's like a little tiny girl.
Yeah, wouldn't you just be like, stop?
Yeah, you just
so you
push her.
Beat her to death?
Beat her to death. Beat her to death.
Even if that was the case, I mean, obviously something else.
Well, it's the speculations from his friends are interesting, to say the least. So I'll tell you those now. Well, actually, two more things. His family, because what happened around it? All of his friends and family and his, like, supporters and followers, because he was, like, a big Instagram guy. They're all like, oh, there's no way Ash could have done this. He's so awesome. He's all about peace, love, and meditation. Like, he clearly beat her to death. Like, There's nobody else that was there. Like, he beat her to death. And, like, there's all these women who are, like, I don't know, pining after him that are like, I'll give you all the money in the world. Like, I still want to have sex with you. Like, he didn't mean to do it. It was a mistake. You should let him out. Like,
yeah.
He violently killed this girl. So he had the balls to ask Garen James for money for his defense. Garen James, that was the guy, the Cowboys for Angels.
Oh, yeah.
To ask anybody for money. But Garen James was like, look, I know that you used to work for me, but he's like, I'm not giving you shit. Like, I saw and heard what you did to that girl. Like, I don't support that. Like, his GoFundMe page, they were asking for like $60,000. Guess how much money he got?
1,000.
It was like 2,500. Like, not a lot of people. Even though he has all these, like, Instagram followers, they're like, oh, like, poor Ash, like, nobody's giving him money.
I saw when I looked, it said GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is a GoFundMe account popping up?
No, it's so stupid. He should, back to the stonings. Or, what was the company we invented over the weekend?
Public Murder Incorporated.
Yeah.
PMI.
Public Murder. Tell them about it.
You're acting like it's a real thing. Tell them about it.
Tell them about it.
Alright, so it works like this.
Me and Jesse
Our
went
public...
on, how long was that car ride? 45 minutes. We were just, like, riffing back and forth about this Public Murder Incorporated. Becky was in the back. She was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I think it was on the way home. So, it started off with, well, remember there was Eye for an Eye Incorporated.
Oh, yes, that's how it started.
Wait, is this case over?
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's just finish this really quick. So these are some of the crazy theories that his friends had said. That Herleen could have been the initial aggressor. So let's say she was having a bad trip.
So what?
I know. Ash was in a condition wherein he reasonably believed, under the totality of the circumstances, that his life was in danger, and he acted accordingly. I think his lawyer actually said that. That's fucked. The next one. One of Ash's closest friends said that he thought that when he heard about the killing of Ash, or the killing that Ash did.
Were they on shrooms?
They were on shrooms.
You don't lose you're like out of it and you lose time, but you're not like, you still know some things, you just can't figure out everything. So you would never think like, it's not like you were on LSD or like MDMA and you couldn't figure out like who, it's not like someone was talking to you and you didn't know who the person was and you thought they were attacking you. Like, if you're on shrooms and even having a bad trip, you're just like, I'm feeling weird. You're not like, if that person gets closer, I'm
Hmm.
gonna punch them. Like, that's not how it is.
I thought the same thing, and then I wanted to like listen to more information about this, so I googled podcasts about both of these guys' names, and what popped up was this website that is called what the hell's the name of the website? Shoot, I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. Well, I'll put it somewhere so people can find out. Oh, here it is. Dose Nation. They have a podcast where they talk about a case that's very similar to this, and they talk about how how like microdosing is a thing, and people
Yeah.
like microdose and then they go to work or they do whatever. There's also something that's called the bro dose or maxi dosing.
What do you just take a ton?
Yeah, where like their friends are like, "Yo, dude, you should make psilocybin tea and take like 2 pounds of mushrooms and just drink that shit." So these guys could have been doing a maxi dose or like a bro dose, where you're just taking a ton to get into this realm of meditation or a trance-like state or anything like that. And actually, I have
Okay.
another story that, well, I'm just going to tell you now. So, when I was listening to this Dose Nation podcast, they were talking about that, and there was a story that they said was very, very similar to this case with Herleen and Ash, where this group of friends, just a normal group of friends, decided that they wanted to make psilocybin tea, mushroom tea. They made a huge batch of it, and something about tea, when you cook psilocybin, you don't know actually what dose you're getting. So it's a little bit more dangerous. So this group all had this tea, and while they were there, one of the people thought that their friend had evil spirits inside of them, and they ended up pulling out one of their eyes and their heart while they were still alive.
What?
I just don't even understand. Like, and
So they killed them?
yeah, they killed their friend. They killed their friend while their friend was like still living. Like, pulled out. I don't know how.
How do you just pull out a heart?
Papin sisters. Ask the Papins. They know about the eyes, but how do you? They must have cut. Well, the guy was still alive.
Indiana Jones?
Cut his heart out. So who the fuck knows? But that
Okay.
podcast is really interesting. So go listen to it if you want to.
So he's innocent.
Oh
Okay.
wait, but wait, it's real. So
You got me. He's innocent.
the guy's name who
I'm
did
convinced.
this. No, I'm not trying to make him innocent. But it was an MMA fighter, Jared Wyatt. He was an MMA fighter. He famously ripped out his friend's heart. It was a tongue, not an eye. Heart and tongue after drinking an excess of mushroom tea. So we have to look him up next. But two other things. So this friend thought that he had taken mushrooms and that he tried to do some sort of exorcism on Herleen. Because remember how he said that there was dark energy around her and he was trying to help heal her. So
Right.
something may have happened. He was trying to do an exorcism on her by creating a ritual, and that's why there was candles there. And maybe he even put candles on her chakras. And at some point, he thought he was fighting off this demon and not fighting her, which is effing crazy. Another friend said, I don't think Ash knew he was killing her. He had seen, here, this is where it says it, he had seen the demon, not her. When I texted, oh, and this just said that when they were texting with one of his friends, and they wrote that Akshaya is a healer. Spiritually, he healed her. He wrote, death is not the end. So fucked. Like, so fucked. Like, he brutally murdered this woman. And his friends are saying that it was a mistake. He was trying to help her.
If she had evil spirits, I mean.
So, yeah. So, but there was a lot of interesting information about. They were talking about. Is that him now? No.
That's Jared Wyatt.
Oh, that's Jared Wyatt. Yeah, he took his friend's tongue and heart out.
There's his friend.
Just so crazy. Like, how? Like, he thinks the devil's inside of him, so he just takes his heart out? I just don't even understand.
Good thing we only took an eighth. I can't imagine one of my friends killing me.
Yo, seriously. I was reading this and I was like, thank God I don't do drugs anymore. Like, it's just insane.
Well, we used to eat caps, so you couldn't really eat more than whatever.
I haven't taken shrooms in so long, and I remember.
Well, there was chocolates or caps.
I think I would always just eat the regular mushrooms. Like I would
Like
eat the.
a real mushroom.
Yeah, like a real mushroom.
Yeah, it was gross, and you'd like stick it
You'd
on
throw up almost.
peanut butter.
You'd like have to like shove it down your throat.
It was great.
So
great.
It was great. Did you ever hear of baby blue Hawaiian nut seeds?
No.
We had this guy in our high school who like had all the weird one-off drugs. I wish I could say his name. I don't want to blow up his spot. His name was even weird. It was just like such like a drug dealer name. But he was in this weird, all this weird stuff. So the one day he's like, I got these baby blue Hawaiian nut seeds. I'm in high school, mind you. And I was like, what are they? And he was like, you get about 8 of them. You're supposed to scrape off the outside of them. You take them. It's like taking shrooms. And I was like, great, I'll take some. So I didn't scrape off the outside of them because it was very difficult to do. I just crushed them up and ate it. And I didn't think it was going to do anything. It fucked me up so bad. Like mushrooms, but worse. But like at first it feels like you're getting poisoned to death. So it like, I had my friend, I can give this girl a shout out, my friend Maria, I was like, you gotta take me home. And she was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I ate something I wasn't supposed to eat. And so we laughed. And I was like, at one point I was like, you need to take me to the hospital because I'm about to die. And she was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm dying back here. Like, I think I'm gonna die. And then we went to a pizza shop. And she was like, before I take you to the hospital, do you want a slice of pizza? And I was like, yes. And then I ate a slice of pizza, and then I tripped like really hard. It was great.
How long did you trip for?
It was like the same as shrooms.
Yeah.
A couple hours. I didn't want to kill anybody, I can tell you that. I just wanted to dance with the trees.
There you go.
That was my story.
That was good.
I had not heard about it when it was in the news.
I vaguely remembered it right when you were like filling me in a little. I definitely didn't know all the details. But so he's.
Oh yeah.
Did he get charged or not charged? Is he in jail?
He's getting charged. I don't think his court date has came up yet. So he is in the process. Of 2nd-degree murder. I think he's getting charged with right now, and he's in jail.
2nd-degree murder makes sense, but there should be some whatever for like a beating of that.
Yeah, if you overkill somebody, like killing somebody is just fucked enough. But like, what happened to Jason Sweeney last week? We were talking about what happened to Herleen. I mean,
yeah,
that's when murder. Oh wait, you should talk about.
Yeah, so our original idea started with we were saying like because it's like you know you do these horrific things happen and then the person just gets life in prison, and I know that's tough or whatever, you know, obviously they gotta sit in prison, but we were like, oh, it'd be cool if there was like options. Cool is the word I'm using. And so like the family would get to decide or whatever. But the original idea was eye for an eye. So like whatever happened, whatever you did to the victim
Gets done to
you. And then it started with Public Murder Incorporated, which is different things like gladiator style. So like for instance, like one would be like an alligator, you know. Another one would be like
drowning in a well. Wasn't that one?
What? Drowning in a well. Not drowning in a well, just thrown in a well.
Thrown in a well.
Starving to death in a well. But here's the thing: the well would be
plexiglass.
Yeah, plexiglass, and the family of the victim can come and laugh at you.
Did we have
these are very torturous. Yeah, another one was sharks, a lion.
But then we realized it couldn't be on land, the United States. It had to be in international waters.
So it was a cruise boat with all this stuff. And what was a python? Remember I said a python?
Python. Wait, and the bullet ants.
The bullet ants. So there's these different rooms. So basically, whatever the family decides, that's what happens. So, but we were saying we'd have to work it somehow into the Supreme Court.
You get a choice. Either they go to jail or public murder.
It'd be like the jury comes back and they're like guilty, and then the judge looks at the family and the family's like, Python.
Or is it a separate trial to figure out what the cause of death?
No. The judge will be like, you're going to be doing 25 to life, or, and he'll look at the family, and the family will be like, 25 to life's fine, that's what we want, or they'll be like, well.
A well of despair.
Transparent well. And then you board the cruise. The cruise. Other people are on their vacation.
You're just in a private room
You board the ship, you go to international waters, and then I guess you're with the family too. The family's there.
Family's there.
And then they're able to see what happens. Now, the other thing that we thought of was to monetize it, was to make it into a TV.
Oh, yeah, because then we decided we wanted to make profit.
We're trying to make some money off. Make it into a TV show.
Yes.
It's so bad because you're making money off the victim. Which is actually a real law. You can't make money off, so the money would go back to the family.
Yeah, like anytime like a serial killer writes a book or whatever.
Son of Sam law.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Because the Son of Sam wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Something Markowitz?
Oh, man.
David?
It is, the last name is right.
David, well, his first name is David.
Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did something and sold it, and they were like, yo, what the fuck? You can do that?
Yeah.
And he was like, I already did it. And they were like, all right, well, all the money's going to the victim.
Good. I'm glad that they have that.
Remember OJ didn't OJ make a book, If I Did Do It?
If I Did Do It. I want to read that book, because apparently it's like, sometimes he'll like slip up and be like, this is what, like, he's just like, I would go and I would.
Yeah.
He pretty much just tells the story of what happened.
There was, when all that was going on, there was a Mad TV skit, and I don't really remember it, but the guy was like, I couldn't have done it. It was played by the one guy, I can't think of his name, but he's like, I couldn't have done it, and like right before that, he was like, I got a bump on my head from something else. He was explaining why he had a bump on his head or some shit, and then he's at the house, and he's like, I couldn't have done it, okay, and he's like walking around the house, and he like bumps his head onto an air conditioner. It basically was shit, like he was doing, like all the things that were on him were, like, was happening to him again.
Oh my god.
Like he was like, I could have never hid behind these bushes. Like, it was pretty funny. I can't remember all of it, so look it up.
Look it up.
Mad TV, OJ. And then, of course, I don't know if we're on OJ now, but Norm Macdonald was fired because he wouldn't stop doing OJ jokes.
Really?
Yeah, because people were friends with him.
Oh god, no. You should be able to make OJ jokes whenever you want.
Yeah, and then he just kept making them on Weekend Update.
Good for him, dude.
And then he made they were like, don't do it again. He was like, okay. And the next episode, he did like triple the amount of OJ jokes.
Yo, he was the best.
And he would still do them.
That's pretty amazing.
He was the best. I really like Kevin Nealon though too.
Which one was Kevin Nealon? Why can't I remember him?
He was like deadpan.
Was he, like, what time frame? Early 90s?
Yeah, right around there.
Okay. I'm just going to have to Google him to see if he looks like Kevin Nealon, you said?
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon.
Should we end this, or should we just talk about the SNL cast?
We could do that.
I was about to.
I know you were. Let's see, is there anything else? So,
like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying smash that subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, please.
Yeah, we need 100 people to follow us, because then we can change our domain thing for YouTube so you can find us easier. So, any of our friends out there, find our YouTube channel. We'll post it on Instagram, and just subscribe. So
but the channel name is The Good, the Bad, the Murder, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Go onto the search bar of YouTube and type in The Good, the Bad, the Murdered. And then hit subscribe and like. Please.
Yes.
Please.
Appreciate it.
What
do we got lined up? Anything good?
Yeah. Did I say it last week?
Well, I know there's one that you're working on. I know for a couple,
A football player.
Oh, yeah.
Not Aaron Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Or Aaron Rodriguez.
Ooh.
Or Aaron Chavez.
Chavez.
So not Aaron Hernandez or not Ray Lewis.
Oof. Baltimore Ravens, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I don't even know what happened with that. I forget what happened. He stabbed someone.
Probably a nightclub incident.
Why'd you go right to nightclub?
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know what made me just think of? I was listening to it at the gym in the morning. What's that D12 Eminem song?
Drug bound?
Yeah. No. It's like
Purple Pills.
No, they're at the club and somebody comes in, they start shooting it up.
I don't remember it.
It's so good. I have it on my gym mix. Hold on.
Is it a skit?
No, it's a song. It's a song by Eminem and D12.
Yeah. Purple Pills was the best song.
Purple Pills was definitely super good.
Cool, I'm gone, just like my mom, with a couple Valium inside her palm. Mr. Mischief with the trick of his sleeve. Roll up on you like Christopher Reeves.
Keep going, keep going. I'm looking for the
Do you get the Christopher Reeves joke?
Yeah, because he's in a wheelchair.
He made so many Christopher Reeves jokes, I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought I just found it, but it didn't.
And a Sonny Bono. Christopher Reeves. What's he say? At one point he's like, a skippity-doo-dop, a Christopher Reeves. Sonny Bono skis hitting some trees.
One shot, two shot.
Oh, yeah.
Eminem D12.
Yeah, one shot, two shot.
It's about a shooting at a club.
Yeah.
And it's on my gym mix, and that's
you know what's fucked is the dude Proof, who was by far the best out of them, other than Eminem, and was Eminem's like right hand man and hype man. He was still hanging out in like 7 Mile or 8 Mile or wherever in like bad areas.
Yeah.
And was at like a not a good place, and wound up getting into he got shot in a club.
Oh yeah, because he passed away.
He got shot by the bouncer.
Got shot by the bouncer?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But I think there's people pulling guns and about to shoot, or they did shoot at each other, and a bouncer shot him.
Ugh. God, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us.
That's it.
Proof was shot in a club.
Oh, Lord. All right, well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week where we discuss
either that football guy or somebody else. It's going to be a mystery.
Ray Caruth.
Ray Caruth.
That's correct.
There you go. Mm-hmm. This is what I want to talk about. We changed two things. We changed our cover art. Jesse updated it and changed it. He made it. Looks really cool. And then also, so the person who allowed us to use their music in the beginning of every episode and at the end, we've changed the end song.
To Curtis's song is in the beginning and the end.
Curtis is
Curtis Cooper. So follow Curtis Cooper on Spotify. Check out Curtis's music. There's a lot of good stuff.
Curtis
a lot of good albums. There's I think there was a new album recently. It's really cool. It's really good music. So check it out.
Yeah. So that's it. So thank y'all.
Peace.
Say bye, Becky.
No. We've changed the art. She's like completely.
Oh, we have changed the art. All right. So what's our new exit? Peace. How about that?
Just whatever.
All right. We're just saying bye. Bye, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Good job.
I got used to this after a while.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I think we found our comfort zone. So it'll get better and better each time.
Yeah, the thing is, this is really stiff, which is it's good. It's like very.
Yeah, you would think can you loosen it a little bit to bend it better?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you could move it easier, then we can just move it in and out of the way whenever need be.
Loosen the bottom one too, because you're.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey, lefty loosey.
Now that one has a spring in it.
So it's a little bit more stiff.
No, like as soon as you let it go, watch it'll spring back. So. Huh.
This one's better now, that bottom one.
Oh, actually, maybe it was just. I had it
oh, no, I felt the spring.
Yeah. I thought it just automatically springs all the way back, but it doesn't. It's actually kind of nice.
That is kind of nice.
You don't need to tighten it that much.
Okay. So we can make them all a little bit looser. Nice.